What's up, everybody? Dylan Starr here with my co-host Wally Nguyen. What's up, Wally?
How's it going, Dylan? Doing well,
So,
man.
super pumped. This is our very first podcast. We decided to just dive in and go ahead and do this. I'm gonna call this the Knowledge Boner Podcast. And that seems like a weird title, but me and Wally are aspiring entrepreneurs, and every time we run like personal development or we just love learning. And also a big league fan, and in the league they always talk about joke about like fear boners and stuff like that. So there's been times in the past where I've been on webinars and someone just drops like a huge gold nugget, a bomb of knowledge. I'm just like, holy shit, like knowledge boner, super strong right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's been many times where I've been on a webinar. I've watched so many webinars where like I'll literally be like, oh my gosh, this is mind melting, and I'll like text Dylan. I'll be like, oh my gosh, like you got to hear this, and I'll like message him while I just learned, and it's just like, and then it's just really a fun process in general, if I'm being honest. But
yeah, definitely. Yeah, so for those listening, here's the thing. We want this to be valuable. We want to keep this raw, unfiltered. We're not these fake fucking entrepreneurs that are like, we're the experts, we know all this shit, right? Me and Wally are at a pivotal point in our business right now where we're kind of like tipping over the hill where the ball's about to start rolling. And we've been testing shit out for a long time. We've failed more than you can probably fucking count 5 times over on your fingers. But we want to just share everything that we learned. We want this podcast to be valuable and just kind of like people can see the struggles, because I mean, tell you what, this entrepreneur shit's hard. Like it's not fucking cakewalk.
No, absolutely.
I think the reason why that kind of motivated me even want to start this was the fact that you have all these people that they have some success, or a successful month, or they try something new, and they make some money, and the next thing they're an expert, and they're selling all this shit, and people are paying them money to guide them on to do what they just did, and they're not doing that consistently, and it's not, it could be sales overall and not actual net profit. So we're not one of those people. So this podcast is going to be literally like just fucking trial and error. When we brainstorm and like test shit out, like we're going to be sharing it. I do plan on getting special guests on here in the future to really, people that are levels above us, or drop some, serious fucking knowledge bombs. And, I'm going to let Wally kind of take over and just kind of, tell where we're at now, what we tried before, what we're doing in business. And I'll let you just kind of dive into that.
Okay. Yeah. So just kind of go a little bit of my background. So I, before I did anything, I was a college student. So I have a degree in kinesiology. So I thought I was going to be, awesome personal trainer or, whatever in the fitness industry. Right. And then, so actually, pursuing that career, I thought I wanted to be a doctor. So then I went to master's school, and, and while I was in master's school, I worked at an emergency room in a hospital. And that was not fun. Don't work in an emergency room hospital. So then after that, I left that job because I was like, like I'm kind of capped here. I want to go do something else. So then I left. I went to Dallas, Texas. And then from Dallas, I got a call about, almost 3 years ago now, where, and basically the result of that call was me starting my first business out here out in Florida, where Dylan is. And so that first business was, basically a social media marketing business, right? So we were doing Facebook ads, Instagram ads, all that stuff, doing social media management for people. And, that was really, about the time when Tai Lopez's course got really, really popular. And so that's actually the course that we took, and learned a lot from that course. So then we started doing Facebook marketing people or whatever. And then my partner at the time, he was like, hey, we discovered, something called Facebook Messenger bots, which is like really, really hot topic now. But back 3 years ago, like nobody knew the hell what it is, or, you know what I mean? Like it was kind of like this like abyss unknown like entity.
Right.
Right. And so then back then, we discovered it, and we're like, we think this is going to be big, so let's pivot. And so then me and my old partner, we pivoted to that company. We started another company, and where we use Facebook Messenger bots, right? And the crazy thing is, Facebook Messenger bots are used for like lead generation and marketing purposes, right? But we tried to do something a little outside of the box, and we try to make them immediately for personal use, right?
Mm.
So, so I was, I created an application through Facebook Messenger that was delivering people, their workouts, nutrition, meal plans, all that stuff, on a day-to-day basis. And so that was kind of like the crux of the second company that I built, and that one crashed and burned and failed. So definitely understand the failure there, and I sank almost 2 years of time into that. And so now, where we're at right now is, I'm with my this third company that I began, and it's still doing Facebook Messenger bots, but I'm doing more of like the lead generation and marketing side. And really, the struggle that we're having right now is just, filling up the pipeline with clients, man. Like that is like the number one struggle. And I feel like every entrepreneur has that question, right? They're like, oh my goodness, like how do I keep filling the pipeline, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. That's the biggest thing. And in my background too is, in the roles I'm playing is definitely going to be the sales aspect. Like, sales is kind of my favorite thing, and I don't know, I really enjoy it. But yeah, no, Wally's actually a beast at building those messenger bots from the technical standpoint. And a little segue into when he was telling the story. I mean, if you guys can't tell, Wally's Asian, so I thought it was funny that the Asian wanted to become a doctor one day at first.
That's true. Well, that's the whole Asian culture, right? It's like bring honor to your family. That's not a myth. That's totally a thing. And so like in the Asian culture, like what are the jobs of prestige? It's doctor, lawyer, and that's it. Like that's that's pretty much the two.
Yeah. Yes. So, even now, we're both at the, point where we're still like, investing into ourselves, which you should always be, and, taking courses and programs, and, just trying to figure out, the next skill that you need to take the business to the next level. And, right now I'm focusing on just, closing high ticket items, and, Wally's really, mastering the, art of like lead generation, and, using the bots to be, to develop a ROI for our clients. And, you have one client now that's a 4K a month client, right, Wally?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And she's in the network marketing space, but but really what we're trying to help her with is actually something not even related to network. I mean, obviously she got me at first for doing lead generation, but now she's kind of wanting something a little more out of the box. Mm-hmm. And so, meaning, she's trying to, basically create another revenue stream under herself. So just for you network marketers out there, if you happen to come listen to this, you're going to hit a point where you realize that you need another stream of income, even if network marketing is your home-based income, right? Because even if the network marketing becomes your primary income, like you still have to supplement that income with something else. Mm-hmm. So you still, and that's basically the point that this lady was at, is that she's realizing that as well. Like, she's kind of she's not necessarily capped. Like, you can make a lot of money in network marketing, a lot of people do, but the issue is that, for example, like whenever you become a top rank in a network marketing company, your income is tied to that company, right? So at any point in time, that company, if you piss them off, like if you do something they don't like, or if you just say the wrong thing, they could just completely nix your IBO contract and you're done. Like your $1 million, your 6-figure income toasted. And then what are you going to do, right? Because you didn't really build an asset for yourself. You pretty much, you were leveraging another person's system, which is kind of the benefit, but that's also the deficit at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. And I know, so far, this seems more like a just kind of an introduction. I mean, this is the very first episode, and it's really cool because I think it's kind of a historical moment. I hope, from consistency moving forward, we can look back a year from now and we realize like, hey, no one's really listening to this right now. I don't even think people will even hear this until, probably a year from now. And that's pretty cool when you think about it. Like being able to backtrack all the episodes, and then, people started from the very beginning and being able to hear like, like, oh, holy shit, like wherever we are, 12 months, 24 months from now, like people can literally hear like, they were literally trying to figure this shit out. So I think that's
absolutely
documented, so I definitely want to leave them with, some kind of, just a gold nugget. And I would say like just doing something and being consistent. Like, me and Wally were up on a, call with a very successful high income earner last night. And, he was talking about the key of consistency and just taking action, just doing it and staying consistent is the hardest thing you can do. He brought up a good point. Like no one cares, if you are in business right now or you're an entrepreneur, and if you had one crazy big month, he brought up a good point. He's like, I don't care if somebody makes, $3 million or $2 million in a month. Like that shit that doesn't fascinate me. He's like, you show me somebody that makes $2 to $3 million consistently over 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. He's like, that's the real challenge is consistency. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we really, we don't want to procrastinate on this. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're entrepreneurs. We're just trying shit. We're testing shit. We're pivoting. We're going to be consistent with this. So if there's anything that you're doing in your journey that you've kind of been thinking about or maybe procrastinated on, just fucking do it. Try to stay consistent. Wally, do you have any, maybe like a bot knowledge bomb or anything that you want to, give them? Just kind of give some tips.
Yeah. So bot knowledge bomb. I actually, since we were talking about network marketers at the beginning, or rather, I talked about network marketers. I kind of want to give another knowledge bomb for network marketers.
Sure.
And so for you guys, I kind of mentioned earlier about this thing, where I said you need to build an asset, right? And so meaning like the asset you're building with network marketing, it's technically yours, but it can be snatched from you, right? But what's something that can't be taken from you? You know, uh, your assets as far as the internet's concerned is your email list and then your bot list. So one thing that's pretty cool about bots is it's just like an email list, right? But a lot of people aren't building that asset yet. It's so new. So for you network marketers that are just getting started or anything like that, you could actually jump the leg on people by building an asset that people are not building by using bots. And that's something that I think is worth researching. But just so you know, like if you have to learn bots, you're also going to have to learn everything else that regards digital marketing in general. So it's just one piece of the big puzzle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sure. Cool. Well, that's it, guys. That's our, very first Knowledge Born podcast episode. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next episode, and we'll share some kind of trial and error things that we've tested, and just give you guys some of the scenes of what we're doing, what's working, what's not working.